Hello, and welcome to the channel. My name's Teeter, and today we're continuing on with Timberborn. Last time on the channel, we started a new colony and kind of just got settled in a little bit. We got some food, we got some water, picking some berries, making some carrots, chopping some wood, producing some planks. We built our beavers some houses so they can make beaver babies. And we made our way across the nearby river by way of the dam. Red alert, in one day, a drought will approach. The good news is we have a dam made, so that won't affect us too much. See how this beaver spending time in the water will give it a wet fur bonus? The more time beavers spend in the water, the further their wet fur bonus goes. I mentioned that at the start of the last, as part of the last video. Oh, it looks like I left a little bit of path here when I was demolishing things. Oh, also, it looks like I can put a little path down to get rid of this tree. But yeah, so what's our current goal? Our goal is essentially to clear out this section so that we can get more farming being done. Especially because our carrot warehouse is pretty full. And of course, we're expanding our beaver operations, so we've got more mouths to feed. So in our food section here, we can build another efficient farmhouse. And as long as it's kind of facing this way, it should be able to reach all of the food areas that we'll want to cover. Ideally, I would have it kind of mirror the other one just for my own sanity. Ideally, it would go right here, but we've already got some stuff in the way. So instead, I will just kind of toss it somewhere it will reach everything. Which anywhere along these houses, I guess, looks okay. We'll just put it here, and then that way we can put a path kind of around here. And I might move this gatherer flag just so that we can have kind of a clear cut through here. Maybe we'll go ahead and scrap this. We'll move the teeth grindstone over. And then actually build stairs right away so we can actually put our storage for whatever comes in here on top of here. Actually, I think I'd prefer to have my berry storage up there because it's less important. We'll turn this into berry storage, and we'll work on emptying this in favor of putting another resource in here. Other than carrots, I think it would be most beneficial to make potatoes, because you can, by default, you can craft a grill. And if you have someone working at the grill, they can grill things like potatoes and chestnuts and one of the aquatic resources. Which also suggests we could consider making some chestnut trees over here. I'm not fully opposed. We can just leave a row of chestnut trees in front of the grill, and that can be something that our gatherer will gather. But we'll plan to have a grill here as well. And then, of course, we'll need a path through here so that we can effectively reach our storage. Kind of planning ahead a little bit, I guess. We'll connect the path here. I'll put my gatherer flag back down here, like I said. This should still reach the entire area that we care about, so that's a fine placement. And then for our broken teeth peeps, we can put a teeth grindstone right up in here. And I guess we could put another one right here, just in case they are chipping them teeth. Very good. We've made our way across here. We've got people gathering wood. Nobody gathering berries over here yet, which is a-okay. Oh, looks like I lied. Looks like we found someone to gather berries. Is that preferred? As of right now, I don't think it is. We'll go ahead and deprioritize this. And we'll deprioritize this. And then maybe they'll work in the science center. have a lot of building projects going on, so I'll actually increase the number of workers that are doing building projects. And then maybe we can set the priority on some of these building projects in order to say what order they'll be getting done in. Taking a peek at our water production, it looks like we are a little bit under. We've managed to drink more water than we've been getting. So I'll turn on my other water area. Someone died of old age, so now we have fewer workers than yesterday. All of our electric power comes from the water, so during droughts we can actually pause these buildings so that they aren't being used. But our water pumps can still work because our dam makes it so that we actually retain all of this water and we can still use it. And also the nearby areas are still covered in water, which is very nice. I could move my dam further down this way, or we could even make a dam or even a levee that extends across this area to block it all off. When I get more science points, which we'll do by allowing workers to spend time in here, that's something that we can maybe focus on doing. I'm trying to think of what I can maybe put on top of this carrot warehouse. I've already got workers that are moving the berries from here to here, which is perfect because I want to make this a place for a different resource. I think we're going to choose potatoes. Other options include sunflower seeds. Actually, I don't see a place for sunflower seeds. Oh, yes, I do. Down here. Let's look at our crop options. Plant crops. Yeah, sunflower seeds, potatoes. Wheat is something that you use to make other foods. We can prioritize that maybe elsewhere. And then we have some aquatic foods that we could unlock later. I think we'll prioritize potatoes and sunflower seeds here. Predominantly potatoes, though. And that'll be once all of this gets cleared out. So I think if we use our assign priorities tool, we can make it so that this whole area of destruction is of high priority. Please clear this out at the earliest possible time. And also, there's a few other berry bushes that have sprouted up. So we'll just go ahead, mark all of that, and then prioritize it. And then this guy I actually don't want to demolish. I don't know why I keep highlighting that. So with this demolition, we'll be able to plant more crops here. We have 4 beavers working on building things. This is good because of all the different projects we have going on. We have beavers pumping water at limited productivity. And actually we are all full up on water, so I'll pause one of these to get another worker out into the fray. Still have 2 beavers gathering carrots, which means that they're kind of lacking something to do at the moment. Also, we have a beaver here that's also gathering carrots, oddly enough. If I reduce the count on here, another beaver will go into this house. Actually, we can reduce the count maybe fully here. Nah, it's okay. But both of these farmhouses see both of these areas, so they can maybe work on any of the crops that are here. I do want to plant another carrot here. And then I'll make another grid, another 10 by 10 grid of potatoes. And then I'll kind of just put sunflowers to the wall, I suppose. Leaving room along the roads and stuff in case I want to rearrange my buildings or what have you. Looks like this building has been emptied already, so we're going to make this our potato storage. We also need a place to store our grilled potatoes when they get created. So I'll be sure to make another storage center for those, as well as our sunflowers, even though those will probably be of less importance just because they will probably not be grown as often. So just like over here, I'll space one away from the road, and I will build both facing the same way, actually, which we can accommodate later once I make platforms. We'll pause the construction on this for now. I'll make this a storage area for grilled potatoes, because we're going to be grilling potatoes, I think, sooner than we're... Actually, let me double check my... Oh, I have this a little backwards, but we're going to be grilling potatoes, I think, kind of before we start seeing too many sunflowers, because, of course, across both of our farmhouses, we can actually harvest the sunflowers. Store 50 apiece. Hello, please grill potatoes. Thank you. And then this will eventually be for sunflower seeds. Okay, our water production's fine, our food production's fine. We're getting a whole bunch of wood from over here. I guess planning out this area a bit more, I will make just a square of paths here, just to kind of have a little nook of things. We could have some more power things happening over here, maybe. But I essentially just want to plant more trees. This is where we can plant our oaks, for example. Or maybe we can plant some of the trees that get processed in different ways, along with planting the different buildings that will process them. Could put an aquatic farmhouse on this side and plant aquatic foods. Maybe we'll do that in here or in this area once all of this gets filled in. Which will happen if we kind of wall all this off, which is maybe another project our builders can get up to once they're done with all this. We'll see where our production's at. It looks like we're running low on planks just because we can't produce planks during a drought, unfortunately. And there's no reason why I can't let time kind of progress while I'm thinking here. But yeah, so in addition to the aquatic farmhouse, a grill would allow us to make chestnuts and whatever that other resource is. Maybe we could take a peek at our crops. Spatterdock, that's what it is. And that's an aquatic plant. So we can maybe consider having a couple grills over here. We will want to harvest the spatterdock eventually. Supposed to be partially submerged in water, it says, so I don't know how high the water level has to be for that. I've never really worked with the that type of water before. The drought has ended. Huzzah, that means that we can enable the lumber mills again. And then we'll kind of check on our workforce to see what everyone's up to. So one way we can do that is in the pause menu here. If we kind of just skim through this list, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 workers at our farmhouses. We'll just double check what the layout for this is. Looks like it's 3 and 1. We'll switch this to 2 and 2. I mostly had it 3 and 1 to replenish our carrots in each house. But these guys have their work cut out for them across all these different crops. I guess this land is too dry to plant on. So that's why there's nothing there and why we see those icons there. I paused again, my apologies. And we'll also super fast forward so things happen more quickly. We'll still look at our workers here. So 4 working at farmhouses. We have 4 builders as indicated by these district center signs. We have a forester who's going crazy fixing these trees over here. And then some wood gatherers. And someone working at the grill. And 1 person working at the pumps. Pretty good. We have 6 empty beds. I guess we can consider making more lodges, and then as it makes sense too, we will make stairs. Actually, we can just build all these. Maybe we'll get some more beavers being made. Our food production is very good right now. Our berry production is not very good, but the berries don't really need to be, if I'm being honest. So over here, I guess I'll slow this down because I'm still thinking. Over here, I said long term, we'd like to make a couple grills. I guess we can maybe put some space for those. We'll also want to make a grist mill, which will allow us to plant wheat or grind wheat and grind cattails into usable resources. And then a bakery, which will also allow us to use those resources. So both of these require power. We already have a power system kind of set up right here. We can do something to make this power more powerful and also kind of affect both sides of the water here. So I think I actually want to clear this specific area. Maybe clear it out of, or at least, you know, at least part of it so that all these berries aren't here, for example. So I am going to mark all of the berry bushes for demolition. Actually, I guess it'd be easier to just kind of cast across this whole area. And then specifically, well, if I place paths down, we'll get rid of all of the trees that can be removed that way. And I guess I'll do that through this whole section. And I see one or two more in here. I will remove all of these paths I just placed in order to get rid of the trees. And then I think I want to unmark the trees from being demolished. So I'll just individually click all of the trees that are in this area. And this one pine tree or birch tree can get removed as far as I care. And then we'll just go ahead and make this high priority just so that they come and take care of them. And I'm just clicking on the furthest ones because you start to see this warning that some of the pieces are too far away from the center to be demolished, but just extending the path ever so slightly makes that untrue. Okay, so as long as they're all able to be removed, that'll be taken care of. And then in place of this, we can put another source of power, which I'll mark here. This is a long-term plan. This isn't for right this second, so we'll just kind of plan it, but not actually commit to it. And maybe I'll kind of line it up with the other side there. So this will be the area that we put the bakery and stuff in, I suppose. Later. Try not to count my chickens too much before they hatch. But I do kind of like planning out areas if I can. I think down here is where we're going to have all the fancy trees and stuff, so I can get or place a forester that can harvest or replace things in this section as well as over here. The span on the forester is actually pretty big, especially depending on what direction it's facing. I guess I'm less concerned with its reach at the top there than I am down here. Which actually means I should probably just make the forester affect this area and replant all the trees that will eventually be down here. Maybe something like this. I'll have a forester here. Again, long term, can't place any trees right here, right now. And then on this side, I think I'm actually going to want to make sure that trees don't continue to grow past a certain point. So we'll just put a path blocking tree growth, maybe in this. What column am I looking at? The column next to this one. just demolish this. Oops. Not mark resources for. I wanted to demolish my buildings. We can keep the oak trees here. Just the oak trees. I want these berry bushes and stuff removed. Actually, you know what? We could probably get rid of all of these resources. I'm noticing that these beavers are cutting these oak trees right away. We are running kind of low on wood as it is. So we could come back here just to harvest wood, I guess. Because I don't intend to replace all of these. Although we can leave the ones that are growing here. We'll just go ahead and scrap the ones that have been gnawed already. I'll demolish the paths I just made. If you hold shift while doing a demolishing thing, you don't have to deal with the confirmation box, which is kind of nice. You have leftover wood. Not sure why they could fit it in their two sections here. Okay, so our plank production is slowed kind of to a halt. Or rather, we've used up all of our planks. That's kind of fine. We've also been kind of hemorrhaging logs in this lodging, but I think that's good long term to have our lodging under control. We're nearly full up on carrots. We've got someone waiting to grill potatoes. I don't see any reason to have that just yet because our potatoes won't be ready for another handful of days. Yeah, honestly, wait until the potato warehouse fills up a little bit. What else can we focus on? You consider cutting these trees over here, especially when these guys have nothing left to do, which will be very soon. Just pause these for now because they will eventually be able to come back and take care of these trees. Check which buildings lack workers. I think all of this kind of makes sense. Surprised that the second efficient farmhouse actually doesn't have any workers. And it's because within the last couple of days, a couple people have died of old age, meaning that, you know, our adults are thinning out while we're birthing new babies that don't work. Okay, so we can consider adding back to the farmhouse, I guess. I think I'll just deprioritize these for now. And then that way, if it makes sense to come back out here later, they can come back out here later. Not really getting any science points either, because we don't have anyone working in the science building. So I guess here, because we're not building anything at present, we can just pause this center. And then the beavers will find something else to do. Nothing to do in range. Oh, at the gatherer flag. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna have anything to do in range anymore, actually. There was a reason I left this gatherer flag here, I think. Or maybe I just moved it because... Nah, maybe I just moved it. Because we already had it. I lied. Go find something else to do. There's no shortage of other things to do. Our wood cutting back here at home has been turned off. I guess this is also something I should just kind of deprioritize, but have turned on. Let's see, what else can we do? And then, yeah, our population is kind of just stabilized. Somebody else died of old age, and then someone grew up to replace them. We have 15 occupied beds and 15 open beds. Oh, someone... Never mind, they just had a baby. So, 16, 14 then. What frontier do we want to embark on next? I guess I can start having my... Well, I don't really have any builders at the moment, but we could have our builders start coming this way to affect this, so that we can start this levee project that I hope to do. Mark these for demolition. And then I'll also need a path somewhere up here. Actually, I guess no, I won't, because we'll make a levee. Actually, I don't have to do all of this. Well, I will eventually if I want to funnel things this way. But to start, I think I want to place a levee somewhere here, just to build up the water level. Just trying to think of what would be advantageous. Oh, look, there's another natural staircase over here. Also, coming over here allows us to start gathering metal. There's also a lot of metal over in this corner, but now that we're already kind of pathing this way, we could consider getting the metal that's over there. I'll reduce our worker count in here so that we can have people chopping wood. Workers 4 of 2. Yeah, I think I just said I only want 2 workers. That was interesting. Oh wait, they might have been in the middle of something. My bad. I would like only 2 people processing wood. I wouldn't mind having at least 1 inventor at all times. The grill is paused because we don't have any potatoes. I want some builders to help us get across the water. I should probably have both water pumps going, which means that now we're lacking an inventor. We'll have 1 wood gatherer. We'll have 1 inventor. Actually, I should only have 1 person at the lumber mill then, huh? We'll deprioritize this then. And I'll unpause one of the lumberjack flags. Two people per farmhouse seems fine for now. Maybe more than fine because we've got a bit of a surplus of food. Look at these pine trees that look kind of curious. They're not ones that I've specifically replanted. Same with this. This wasn't something that I marked to replant. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll say plant a birch tree here to match these other ones. My builder beavers are working on these stairs over here. These require planks. I never did make storage area for planks, so at no time... Oh no, I did make a storage area for planks. They're all the way down here. I was gonna say at no time have we had more than a few planks, but I think it's just because I keep using them, to be fair. Could venture up here and get more wood if we need it. Could venture up here and get more wood if we need it. Could just wait for our wood to regrow, I guess. These birch trees should kind of be popping up maybe in this order that they were planted. And then, yeah, these trees just haven't grown yet. Things seem to be coming along pretty smoothly, I think. Building our staircase up here. We have 109 smarty power, which means that we can maybe unlock the levee in a little bit. So unlike the dam, this doesn't let any water through. That means that you can entirely block off water sources up to a point and then put a dam on top to let the water pour over. This can be good if you want to kind of control where your water's going. So for example, if I want the water over here to come down this other path, which is kind of my short long-term goal, we can just kind of levee a little area here, and then if we get the water to pile up, we can get it to funnel this way, which would be good. There are other different water control features that you can find over here. You'll see that there are floodgates that exist, for example. And these sluices that allow you to affect how much water goes through a different area. You see the different resources that are needed to craft these. The sluices actually require metal, which we haven't harvested any of yet. We still have only 12 beaver adults, just like when we start the game. So our population's kind of been, you know, towing the same line the whole time. Now, putting water through here is going to be a little bit weird, just because we're going to be flooding all of these trees and stuff. But frankly, I don't think that matters too much unless they get in our way for building things, which hopefully won't happen for some time. Sorry, I'm just admiring this bad water section to see if there's a way that we could kind of undo it. There's a chance I could put levees in here to kind of prevent the water from continuing on this way. Looks like I could build a staircase up here pretty easily. Consider this for later. There's also things that you can do in order to get bad water to use as a desirable resource. Let's do something like that, I guess. Actually, for the pathing, I would prefer it to look, even though it's a little bit longer and sillier, I'd kind of prefer it to look like this. This, of course, requires planks, as do all of our other stair projects. So we'll kind of wait on this a little bit. Oh, maybe we're not waiting on this a little bit. I'll deprioritize these so that we don't do them right away. So the forester kind of works alongside this beaver that's taking the trees away, and he'll replace the trees as they get taken. Our farmers look kind of overrun with things to do. Although we have 4 farmers working on it, so maybe it's not that big a deal. They'll get caught up eventually. We'll see what buildings lack workers right now. So our deprioritized things over here, that's all to be expected. One of each of our production facilities that have duplicates. And then, okay, our deprioritized things. Okay, so I'm okay with all of that. What else can we do that I haven't been doing? Wait, did we finish this other... Oh, we did finish this other staircase up here. Cool. Would I prefer to unlock platforms and stuff, or would I prefer to unlock levees? I think between the two, levees are more powerful. They require a lot of building and a lot of logs, though. But we'll unlock the levees for now. Long term, like I said, I'm going to want to build something that gets water to flow down this path. That'll make a lot of the map more green. I also want to try to increase the amount of water coming down here. And that's one thing I've never really been able to figure out how to do. Call it a personal failing or something similar, but I've never really figured out how to increase the volume of water without like floodgates and stuff. So we'll have to worry about that in a little bit, I suppose. Now, one thing I can do, especially now that this path is here, is we can actually put levees in the middle of the water here to kind of force the water around the levee and increase the speeds along the shorelines. So even though our wood production isn't super exorbitant right now, we could consider doing that. Or I can maybe get more trees harvested and planted and such. See what each of our builders is doing. Oh, right, they're moving our planks over here. The planks that we don't have. Ah, yes, they're bored now. Okay. We'll pause building for now, because it's not really crucial that we make our way over here. Our builders would go and work in other buildings. Namely, we'll get another builder or two collecting wood from this section. Our water collection guys always seem to be bored. It's either we have too much water or not enough water. I'll pause one of these so we can get another wood cutter on the scene. And I think I'm going to super speed things up. I didn't realize that we weren't going at the fastest speed. This has been kind of casual. Going at the, fastest fast forward kind of makes it evident what things are lacking. I guess I'll look at their wellness. See what things we can maybe prioritize. Wet first seems to be lacking. So I guess I could maybe make those showers that we were looking at before. Oh wait, I can't afford 2 yet. We need 4 more science points. So we'll wait until morning and those will start getting generated, I think. Well, we have 58 science points. I will go ahead and make the shower. And then again, we'll just kind of put this in places that aren't really advantageous to get to. So like right along this path over here. As with everything else, we'll need a path right here. Don't really have anywhere else that's near the water that's easy to get to that's worth having them shower in just yet. Eventually we could put stuff like that up here if we build the water up here. Maybe that's something I'll want to do. Maybe we can put a levee straight across here and try to cap some of the water. Doesn't really benefit me to have water flowing down here, especially as you see like along the raised walls, the spread of it doesn't really go that far. So maybe down over here we can put some levees long term. Kind of go where it stops spreading down here. I forget what button I have set to line things up, but I think right here will be fine. So 9 tiles wide. 1, 2, 3 tiles high. prefer to make it even higher, to be honest with you, but I guess that'll be enough for now. So 9 times 3 times 12. I can't do the quick math. It's 5:27 in the morning and I haven't slept. These have been recorded during an insomniac night, which is also why I'm playing such a seemingly chill game at such a slow pace. So pardon my certain lacking things. Oh hey, we have a completely deprioritized... We've completely deprioritized things being worked on. Oh, because our population jumped up to 17. Because 3 or 4 beavers have grown up, basically overnight. Our wood production is thriving. That's lovely to see. Let's assign extra farmers, I guess, because our food's getting a little overrun. We'll assign some builders. What else can we do? I could try to connect up here and start building these levees, I suppose. Which is something I can do, I guess, through over here. And then that way we can get a lumberjack flag over here. So I will mark this for demolition just because it's in the natural path I hope to make over here. Let's carve a path this way. And then through this tree, we'll make another staircase. And then we'll try to get as close to this as possible without cutting through too much. Maybe like through... Well, I don't know, there's only one tree, like, here. Something like this. We'll mark this tree for demolition as well. Oh, sorry. Mark resource for demolition. And then I guess I'll have to make path down here. It's a little cumbersome. Something like this. And then that way the beavers can kind of path across here. That's something. I could put a lumberjack flag up here, I guess. Have a beaver that can get rid of all this wood somehow. Actually, if I play my cards right, I can hit every piece of wood in here and down here. So it requires a path. It requires that we mark the trees to cut, which is something I never remember to do. Just mark these entire areas, to be honest. Do that up here too. And up here. So who knows? Maybe eventually these will be fertile and we'll want to put trees here. I don't know. Probably not, but you never know. And I don't really want those guys carrying the wood all the way back to town. So I guess I'd make another wood collection place over here. Large pile. We have more beavers, which means we have more people eating and drinking. I guess I'll enable another water pump. Food is going strong. We're actually kind of maxed out on carrots. I should maybe make another carrot storage space. And I guess I'll just do it across from the other one, huh? I'm struggling to remember. Oh, here we go, storage. Something like this. Make this for carrots. Give it a path before it yells at me. No goods selected. What did I craft that has no goods selected? Ah, yes. Wood. Also, it's saying there's no path connecting this because that tree was in the way. It's also going to be the case over here. Make this a high priority to clear so that I can remember to deal with it. There is another drought incoming. We did see last time that our setup here is proving to be successful for droughts, so it's not really the end of the world that that's happening. Slap a path here. So bird's eye view of what people are getting up to and how things are going. I suppose I could make another water storage space. Eventually we can make larger water storage so that you don't have to have a bunch of these smaller storage units here. But we're producing more than we're drinking. I think that's the real crux of the issue here. We're producing out of 2 units more than we're drinking as 18 beavers. But we're also drinking more than one of these buildings can seem to resupply in a day. We do drink at the end of the day. So we can currently store 120 water and we just drank down to 109. That actually seems a little light. But yeah, people are drinking at the start of the day too. I don't know. They drink throughout the day, so it's kind of hard to gauge. Because of the droughts, our water isn't free-flowing anymore. So this, I guess, is also affected by that during droughts, but we still have a shower that will work during droughts that people are using. Is everybody using it? Not quite. 23 of 25 are benefiting from shelter. Why is that? Who isn't benefiting from shelter? We'll worry about that later. Let's see what everyone's up to. We have 6 farmers. We have 4 wood gatherers. 1 up here. And I think the other 3 are all in town. Is that beneficial? Doesn't look like it. We'll pause one of them. Couple scientists. Got a forager. Look at the full breakdown here. 2 people building things. 1 forester. 3 people collecting wood. Someone collecting berries, actually. This maybe isn't the most crucial thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Surely you have nothing to do. Yeah. It's the lowest priority workplace and people are working here. Okay, let's add some more. Let's add some more builders. We don't really need people working over here yet. Not until this is made fertile and we expand out. Although I wouldn't mind having more farmers to start wheat production and stuff. I think I do want to try to put a levee over here. Are we working on this levee over here already? Oh yeah, it looks like we are. That's why it's good to have builders on the scene. Wood production, how we doing? We're chopping trees, and the second we chop trees, they regrow. That's good. Pine's only halfway done growing. And it takes 12 days to grow, so math says that these will regrow in 6 days. Oh yeah, I need to clear out these pines so we can put new other trees here. Hi, can you get rid of these for me? Actually, I can get rid of these for me. I forgot. Path. Path. And then I destroy my paths. And then we plant trees. And we plant... Were these maple trees? I hope so. That's what they are now. Suppose it looks like it. So some of these maples will get chopped down. Some of them will be retained for their drippings. I'm every 12 days. Oh, maybe I should retain more than a few then. Yeah, we'll mark. How many is this? 2, 4, that's 10. 3. 15. Actually, we'll do 15 of each. Why not? Be nice and even though they're not aligned very well. We survived another drought. Can you believe it? To be honest, I didn't feel that affected by it. I think I do want to have a tree cutter come down here and cut trees. That way we can start building things over here, like levees and stuff. So, although I don't really have a direct path up here, I'm realizing from over here. So, where would I want to store the wood? Yeah, I could make another path up there, I guess. One stairway here would accomplish that. I do want to build some things over here, though, so I'm not really eager to path around here. Also, I do want to get rid of these trees. Some of them. I suppose we'll just do that. Demolish some of these paths I just made. And then we'll toss a staircase here. And then we will connect it up. Like so. And then we could put our wood production maybe just over here somewhere. It's nicely right here, I suppose. Although this is going to interfere with our water farming later. Also, we could actually have them harvest the wood that's down there. Of course, that's going to require more staircases, which is a little bit of a waste. Although I think I'm going to need staircases down there anyway in order to plant things, depending on how full or not of water this gets. Something like that. Now we need to get into the forester as well, so we'll just do that, I suppose. And then we'll put our wood resource kind of in the middle of nowhere, I guess. Somewhere over here. Can't tell how I want to space it. Let's do it right there, and then maybe I can path around it for other things. Okay, we've got more food than we know what to do with, which is lovely. We also have almost 200 potatoes ready, which is good. Why do I have 200 potatoes? Ah, because 50 in each of the farmhouses, of course. I guess the farmhouses are good for storage when it comes to harvesting a variety of things. Maybe I should make this resource or farmhouse prioritize sunflower seeds so they can stock some. Or they get capped up on the other things. Doesn't matter that much, I suppose. What are our builders working on? We're working on our... Oh yeah, second forester. That's not that important. Let's get another lumberjack flag working because we do have a worker kind of idle trying to collect berries for no reason. And ideally I would reach this entire area, even though it's a bit out of the way. Slap our lumberjack flag down and path to it. Make this the highest priority thing to build just so that someone isn't idling like this. And then we'll make this a higher priority workplace. A higher priority workplace. I don't know why I didn't take that just there. Oh yeah, I think I also want to put a path here so that these oaks don't cross it. So we'll just kind of do right here for now. Wall that off. Okay, builders are building. This does have a worker at it. This also still has a worker at it, which is bewildering to me. Who needs... we turn the grill on? Sure. Or I can make another inventor, I guess. We'll just turn the grill on for now. I want this berry gatherer to go do other things. Especially because we're full up on berries down here for no reason. One thing that I find that I want all the time is more builders. Or maybe people to haul resources. Uh-oh, this guy's bored. He already cut all the trees that are over here. Congratulations. A great job. We could kind of expand and try to get more trees from up here, but they're not going to be coming back, unfortunately. I guess I can make a hauling post. Yeah, let's do that. And then we can maybe default some people to being hauling jockeys, or people that will carry things from place to place. Any reason not to put it here? Not that I can think of. We'll make this a more important construction place, and we'll make this a deprioritized workspace. And then anything that's even lesser priority than that, we'll just straight up pause, like this lumberjack flag. Although, where did that lumberjack employee go? Everyone's happy because they're eating a variety of foods and having some recreational time, things of that nature. Oh yeah, also the water's flowing again, so I guess I should return to my plank production. This does not need to exist yet. I forgot. That's working. I really don't want this to work either. I guess I'll just straight up pause that for now. I should just pause things that are, like, this is irrelevant, for example. Oh, I have nothing to do. Yeah, I know. I know. Also, wait, I have a gatherer flag here. Oh, this is for wheat later, I think. I think. Or dandelions, I guess, for a an herbalist. They would do good over here, actually. Once this is fertile, we can plant dandelions and stuff and have a gatherer gather them. Although this gatherer over here could hit this whole area, so I think this is irrelevant, actually. Surely I had a reason for doing that I don't recall anymore. Let's just double check. Oh my, and then we'll have to call out a video. Turns plant matter into flour, cattails, and wheat. And then we bake things using wheat, cattails, and wheat, and maple drippings. Which would come from up here, I guess. Maybe they shouldn't. Maybe we should plant some maple trees in here. Maybe this should be a maple tree patch. I don't know. I don't know. There's no rules. The world is our oyster. But that should probably do it for this episode. Now it's been yet another hour. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy content like this, please feel free to check out the rest of my channel, where we play games like Timberborn and many others all the time, or come on over to the Twitch and YouTube streams, where you'll see me playing all kinds of stuff. And thank you so much for watching. We'll play you out on the building of the levee here. But thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I hope you take care. Bye now.